Hello, this is Gek, and welcome back to Let's Play Aviary Attorney. When we last left off, we were investigating the murder of one of the King of France's guards, and the Prince of Spain was suspected of the murder. Of course, then we found out from a little research at the library that he's not technically a prince, although I didn't go to the concierge to get his story, so no clue. So, we're at the start of the trial. There's a lot we don't know everything. Number one, we don't know who bought the chocolate. Who bought the chocolate that could have killed him. That could be. And I should really not right click to advance it. Two, we don't have Prince Juan's full story. We have no clue who he really is. And also we have no clue. We're gonna be up against Cocorico there. Yes. He's going to be a problem. Anyway. You feeling nervous, Falcon? No, I'm a lawyer. I'll never get nervous. Actually, I think we might have a handle on this case. All the pieces are coming together nicely. That's putting it lightly, Falcon. Awesome! Let's demolish that pompous prosecutor with walls of evidence! Ah, speaking of which, is the Prince. Senor Falcon, I trust everything is in order? Absolutely. I have every intention of bringing the truth to light. Ah, such confidence. That's magnificent to see. And bringing the truth to light, you say? An admirable goal. Don't you mean admirable goal? No more jousting at imaginary giants. Oh, you satiate yammering, the door's opening. Here we go. Buena suerte, Senor Falcon. Well. Are you ready? We're ready. Wow, this trial's gonna be fun. Yep, there he is. JJ. Severin. Nervous? Why would I be nervous? I'm not nervous. I'm as calm as a cuckoo. You're the nervous one. So courtroom is nervous. Well, cool your feathers, Falcon. Terrible. You can't even maintain a stoic facade. I thought this trial would be the perfect opportunity for you to redeem your previous embarrassment. But this is how you act before the trial was even started. You pompous-tailed, posture-perfect... Order! Order! Let's all settle down. Court is now in session. You're not Judge Maxime. In fact, you suspiciously look like one of the two wolves in that cinematic. You have a good theme though, even though I can barely hear it because I've got the sound turned down. Psst, Falcon, what is it? Is it me, or does the primary judge look hairier today? That's a different judge to the one who resided over Dame Cataline's trial, you doofus. Ah, still strange, isn't it? You have a point, Sparrowson. This is little, I suppose. Excuse me, Your Honor. I was under the impression that Judge Maxime would be residing over this case. Where is he? Oh, so Maxime was meant to take this case. Judge Maxime has gone on temporary sick leave due to a terrible accident or a flight of stairs. Course he has. But rest assured that Sir Assessors, Prosecutor, Defence, and members of the jury, that I'm more than qualified to fill his shoes. Without further ado, let's get this show underway. This is the trial of Prince Juan Corrido, who stands accused of murdering Major Howell and of conspiring to murder the king himself. Should we check our evidence? So yeah, we've got his Don Cooksey book, and the page, the rose, Volpez's card, we didn't get much of that, and the chocolate. Apart from that, we don't really have much. Roll call! The defense is present and ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Good. Very good. I expect this to be a nice, speedy trial. I don't want to see this dragged out by technicalities and bureaucracy. As said, Your Honor, I expect that once the court sees the overwhelming evidence, this trial will be over in 5 minutes. 5 minutes? You're just messing with your head, Falcon. Keep it together. So we're on the same page? Excellent. Prosecutor, please call your first witness to the stand. Very well. I call the police officer who investigated the crime scene. I call upon Inspector Just Valetti. Step up to the stand, Inspector, and recite the oath. Hello again, Valetti. I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Please recite your name and occupation for the court record. My name is Inspector Just Valetti. I am a servant of the law, a scourge of the gut. That will do, Inspector. We've all heard your monologue before. Oh, Cocorico's really going for a speed record, isn't he? Now, can you tell us what you witnessed on the morning of the 7th of January? Of course. At 10 o'clock in the morning. You couldn't resist that, could you? I was called to the Louvre Grand Gallery by one of the King's Royal Guards. Did he just say o'clock? I saw Prince Juan, King Louis Philippe, the corpse of Major Howell with a rose in hand, and around 2 dozen citizens. The citizens of the king himself all attest to seeing Major Howell taking the rose from Prince Juan's hand and then promptly dropping dead. And what did the morgue uncover upon examination of the corpse? The coroner determined with absolute certainty that Major Howell died of poisoning. Aside from a prick upon the finger, there was no sign of external harm to Major Howell's body. Therefore, the poisoned rose must have been the cause of death. Putting the pieces together, that does seem very implicated with the prince. I have no further questions. Damn. I was hoping that the coroner's report would determine the guy died from a freak heart attack or something. That'd make a ridiculously speedy trial, wouldn't it? But no, we aren't so lucky. Something else must be missing the old bird's testimony. Right. I'll tear it apart. Your Honor, I wish to cross-examine the witness. Falcon, was it? Don't waste the court's time. A high-ranking police officer would never lie on the witness stand. I wouldn't accuse the inspector of lying. I just want to make sure every base is properly covered. This sounds like pointless nitpicking to me, but I'll allow it for now. Go on, Falcon. Do your cross-examination. Does he actually appear in the Facebook? Yes, he does. What's this guy's problem? Okay, 10 o'clock. What if I haven't really gotten a penalty for pressing so far. "10 o'clock, you say?" "Correct. 10 o'clock. No, I'm not gonna ask him that. The time you were called, how long did it take you to arrive at the crime scene? Around 5 minutes. I happened to be in the neighbouring Palais Royal at the time, so it was a simple journey. I guess the Major Howell would have been dead for around 10 minutes by the time you arrived. That would be a fair estimate. I'm tough for a bad guy, suppose, eh? Possibility. I for the court appreciate my wild speculations. 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock. His arrival of 10 o'clock. I love that. No, I'm not gonna ask you. Major Howell's corpse. Inspector, I don't know how you know the victim, Major Howell. I know who he was. We've been treating this case as the intended murder target was King Louis Philippe, but there's another possibility. One of the killers was trying to murder Major Howell from the very beginning. JJ, stop talking. You just said something very stupid. I could explain why and humiliate you in front of the whole court. Alternatively, you could retract your question right now and I will save your humiliation for another day. I'm calling your bluff. I know a bluff when I see one, Severin. My questions stand. Okay, here goes. The myriad of reasons why your question was unfathomably stupid. First, it doesn't absolve your client of any guilt. If the defendant was attained to murder by Howell, he's still guilty of murder and would likely face the same punishment as before. Second, it doesn't make any sense. Nobody has a motive to kill Major Howell, but plenty have a motive to kill the king. Alright, I get it. Third, many citizens attested to seeing the defendant deliberately try to approach the king himself, not the major. His intentions were clear to everyone present. Fourth, prosecutor, that will do. Defense, don't ask such stupid questions. Well, I lost favour. Maybe that was stupid. Friends. Two dozen. I don't think this is important. But you said around 2 dozen citizens, all of whom attest to seeing my client delivering the poison rose. Oh, boy, you put like that, and it'll die, doesn't it? Correct. We collected precisely 22 testimonies, and there were no major inconsistencies. Look on the trust me. I'll just further details. What exactly the testimony say? Each citizen attested to seeing the king's entourage approaching the new painting in the Grand Gallery. Each had the king deliver a speech of progress and societal improvements and whatnot. There was some applause. Then Prince Juan stepped out of the crowd and approached the king with a rose in his hand. Each person then saw Major Hal take the rose from Prince Juan, and each person saw Major Hal promptly drop dead. Some of the descriptions of the man's death were quite graphic. He convulsed, twisted, and spasmed, said one witness. His mouth frothed like he was a rabid lunatic, said another. Thank you, Inspector. I think we get the picture. Okay, this is probably the contradiction. You say the coroner told Miss Sunny Major Hal was killed by poison. Correct. He stated the signs and symptoms were textbook. There's no possibility his death was natural. Yeah, this is probably the contradiction in how he was poisoned. What kind? The coroner mentioned specifically what kind of poison it was. He was not certain. At first, the coroner posited it was a plant-borne poison like that of the aconite flower, but when he learned how fast the poison could affect, this is a typical of aconite. Consequently, he suggested it may have been some newly engineered concoction. A newly engineered poison, you say? Well, he reaffirms it. This is a very deliberate assassination attempt. Indeed. Yeah, the contradiction is probably how he poisoned 98% chocolate bar. How exactly was Major Hal poisoned? What was the delivery mechanism? His finger was pricked by the poison rose, even commented out loud about it seconds before dying. All 22 citizens of the murder attested to seeing and hearing it. No possibility poisoned by something else? What an absurd thing to ask, JJ. You just heard that 22 people saw the victim prick his finger and die. What are you suggesting? That the pricked finger had no relation to the poisoning? Exactly what I'm saying. I don't doubt that Major Hal was poisoned, but I do doubt the rose was the cause. Unbelievable! Only a total buffoon could fail to draw the blatant link here. JJ, as tempting as it is to sit here and lecture you on the basis of cause and effect, I'll end this discussion painlessly. Inspector, please tell the defense you found traces of poison on the thorns of the rose itself. Naturally, we all doubt the rose was in fact the poison delivery mechanism. Actually, I can't tell him that. Because there wasn't poison on the rose, right? I dread to ask, but why not? We didn't check the rose for traces of poison. It just seemed obvious the rose caused the poisoning given the time of the incident. Why don't you check these things? You are incompetent. You don't... if you are law enforcement, you don't assume things. You check evidence. You check the crime scene. You check causes of death. You do not assume that something was the cause of death without even bothering to check it. I'm sorry, Valetti, I've lost all respect for you. You are incompetent. Well then, now would be a good time to make a test. Here's a marvellous thought. We prick the finger of the defendant with the rose. If there is no poison in the rose, then Prince Juan lives and he is free to go. If the rose is poisoned, then the prince dies. But that's okay, because the punishment will be just fitting of the crime. A marvellous suggestion. Why is this a witch trial? This isn't America, Severin. That's not how we do things here. Yeah, over here in France, we just guillotine them. Or whatever. Calm your feathers, JJ. It was clearly a joke. There are far more humane ways of testing for poison. I'm sure the inspector will always do with due diligence. Actually, we won't be able to test the rose for poison at all. Why is that? Given the dangerous nature of the flower, it was destroyed by the police force. We burned it to ashes. You didn't check it for poison and you destroyed it. You're useless. You're useless. That's what you are. You're useless. Such unprofessionalism. You're right. I agree with you, Severin. If you have no way to know whether the rose was poisoned, this whole trial ought to be called into question. Nice try, JJ, but through the process of reasoning by elimination, we can still deduce with absolute certainty that the rose was poisoned. In other words, there was nothing else at the crime scene that could have caused the poisoning. Wrong! There was something else at the crime scene that could have contained the poison. Something the investigative police blindly overlooked. Oh yeah, you didn't find this evidence either. That's even more incompetence from you. Chocolate wrapper! Look at this. What am I supposed to be looking at? Is the paper wrapper to a piece of chocolate. It was found in the Louvre, the Sol de Tibre to be precise, and we could date its consumption to the day of the incident. You're not suggesting that Major Howe ate a piece of poisoned chocolate moments before he died? I most certainly am. Intriguing. There, we gained that favour. Did you see this wrapper at the crime scene for yourself, Inspector? The police force has neither time nor resources to throw every piece of trash at every crime scene, I'm afraid. In other words, you overlooked it. Astounding unprofessionalism. The prosecution is right to be disgusted. What a disgraceful display. Even the judge is having a go at him now. I offer my apologies, Your Honour. I don't want your apologies. I want you to do your damn job properly. Get off the witness box before I kick you off myself. As you wish, I'll take my leave. Until next time, messieurs. Well, Valetti, you were useless. So let me get this straight. This chocolate wrapper was found at the crime scene. Correct. And you have reason to believe it was consumed on the day of the incident? I do. I have an expert food tasting witness who is willing to testify, maybe. A foodie witness? I haven't got anyone there. What if you're talking about, Falcon? Oh, I see. But do you know for a certain that Major Howe consumed this chocolate? Well, that's a fact we are still investigating. I see. And do you have evidence that this chocolate was in fact poison? Again, that is something that may require a little more time to definitely prove. So then, in actuality, you do not have evidence that Major Howe consumed some poisoned chocolate. Instead, you have a solitary piece of rubbish that you plucked straight out of the gutter. That's weak even for you, JJ. Let's move things along. I have another witness I would like to summon. He's a man who claims to have an excellent view of the people going in and out of the Louvre at the time of the incident. I call upon Monsieur Toussaint Kingsley. You haven't heard his name yet. Could the witness please approach the stand and recite the oath? Hello? Hello? No. Oh, right. The oath. I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, and tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Please state your full name and occupation for the court record. My name is Toussaint Kingsley, and I am a person who fishes. Is the fisherman in denial? I don't think we're gonna. Are we gonna meet any more people? I don't think in this case. Person who fishes. So you're a fisherman. Oh, is that how it is? I thought the French justice system was better than this. I beg your pardon. Here comes Toussaint Kingsley, the kingfisher. Clearly, he must be a fisherman, because, didn't you hear? All kingfishers are fishermen. Well, you are carrying a fishing rod. And, can a man not carry a fishing rod, reel, and bait without being branded a fisherman? Look, the prosecutor is carrying a riding crop. Clearly, he must be a horse jockey. Oh, for pity's sake. Fine, we can list your occupation as person who fishes, and not fisherman. Thank you. But why do you carry a riding crop, Severin? I've never seen you ride a horse. I don't know, JJ. Why do you, a 30-something-year-old with no health problems, carry a cane? This is veering quite far off the course. Could the prosecution please get back to his question? Of course, Your Honour. Mr. Kingsley, is it true you were nearby the Louvre at the time of the incident? Yes, I was sitting upon the railing of the Pont des Arts. The Pont des Arts? That's the new bridge. That's just a stone's throw from the Louvre's south entrance, correct? That's right. And what were you doing at the time of the incident? I was fishing. Pfft, kingfishers, am I right, Falcon? So you would have had plenty of opportunity to see the people who entered and exited the palace. Can you tell us what you saw? Well, it was a busy place. Naturally, I saw a lot of people. By 9 AM, I saw the king, Louis Philippe himself, enter the building. He was surrounded by his entourage, of course. Then around 9:30 AM, I saw this shifty-looking fox lurking around the entrance. Your Honour, I object to the witness's use of the term shifty-looking. It's a vague and biased description. No, really, he looked super shifty. I saw him rubbing his paws and cackling gleefully. And then I saw him take out a rose and carefully rub the stem. Rub the stem of a rose, you say? As if he were applying something to the flower, perhaps? Not sure I really should speculate. Of course, it was wrong of me to ask such a leading question. But yeah, it definitely looked like he was putting some sort of powder on the stem. Wow, even I wasn't expecting such a bold admission. Members of the Corps, it sounds like what we have here is a direct witnessing of the defendant readying the murder weapon. The defense claims the rose was never poisoned, and yet here we have a man who saw the poison with his own eyes. I smell perjury. You do? No question. He saw a shifty-looking criminal readying poison and cackling at the scene of the crime. That's unbelievable. I think you may be right. What if I have any evidence that calls Toussaint's story into doubt? Your Honor, I would like to cross-examine the witness. Really, this nonsense again? I have the right to cross-examine, you know. You just heard the witness directly describe your client readying poison on a rose. What is there to question? I'm just trying to uncover the truth, Your Honor. Ah, fine. Do your thing. Go on, Falcon. Go make a fool out of yourself. Wait. So he said he appeared from the south, but he was in the west. He went through the garden. He went through the Tulio's garden. Because Robinho found a page from his book in the hall in the garden. So yeah, this guy's lying through his teeth. He can't have seen from the south if he was in the west. Mr. Kingsley, you say you were sitting upon the railings of the Pont des Arts on the morning of the incident. Yep. What entrance did you see? You had a good view of the loose south entrance, didn't you? Yep. The Pont des Arts is a great vantage point for seeing the Grand Gallery's south side. What about the other entrances? The other entrances? You mean like if you're entering from the Tuileries Gardens or the Place de Carrousel? No, I couldn't possibly see those areas from the bridge. So he couldn't have seen one in the garden then. But of course, that isn't relevant. Mr. Kingsley witnessed Prince Juan entering the south entrance with flower in hand, and that's what counts. What if he used another entrance? What if Prince Juan didn't enter from the south entrance? What if he approached the Louvre from Tuileries Gardens? Tuileries Gardens to the west. That's a big what if. Do you have any evidence Prince Juan entered the Louvre from Tuileries Gardens? Probably yes, I do. I definitively prove the Prince Juan approached in the west. Hey, I know what I saw, mister. I'm doubtful too. Go on, JJ. Show us his definitive proof that Prince Juan entered the Louvre from Tuileries Gardens. Yeah, book page. Look at this. A book page. Page 44, Don Quixote specifically, and was found just outside the Louvre's west entrance. This proves nothing. I'm not done yet. Take a look at this. Don Quixote. This is the book Prince Juan has been reading in jail since his arrest. I believe he's had it on his person for some time. And yes, page 44 is missing. That was the first thing I checked. You do realise what this means, don't you, Severin? The defendant was present in Tuileries Gardens prior to entering the Louvre. Does that mean? In all likelihood, the defendant entered the Louvre from the west entrance, not the south. He could not possibly have been seen by Mr. Kingsley from the Pont des Arts. What? I know what I saw, mister. A fine theory, Falcon, but maybe the defendant took the long way round. One could still travel from the Tuileries to the Louvre South Entrance by walking on the river. An extra 2 kilometers of walking just to enjoy the pre-murder scenery? That's a silly thing, this Cocorico. Okay. Maybe the defendant deliberately left the page there to mislead the investigation. Now you're the one who's blindly speculating. That blind speculation is a viable hypothesis! You are fond of logic, aren't you, Cocorico? Let's talk about Occam's razor. When torn between two seemingly equal hypotheses, we must side with the one that imposes the fewest assumptions. Which of these 36 fewer assumptions? 1. The page from Prince Juan's book fell out on his way to the Louvre South entrance. 2. Prince Juan deliberately planted the page on the off chance it would be discovered, then he took the long way round. How dare you! The nerve of you to lecture me on such basic philosophical concepts! I'll stop lecturing you when you stop making such basic mistakes. Monsieur Falcon, please calm yourself. What's the point of all this yammering? The ultimate point is that Toussaint's testimony is fabricated, made up, utter fiction. No! Everything I said is the truth! I suspect the witness is even a fisherman. I'm not a fisherman! See? He admits it himself! That's not what I meant! What's a twist? He's the fisherman! He's the fisherman. Prosecutor, you have something that will put this arrogant Falcon in his place, don't you? I get the feeling you don't like me much. I must concede. You concede? On this point, at least, Falcon's evidence strongly suggests the key component of Mr. Kingsley's testimony is false. Ah, no! This doesn't mean Prince Juan is innocent, of course. All Falcon has demonstrated is that this particular witness is unreliable. But I did see something! I really did! Alright, so maybe I didn't exactly see a shitty-looking fox. I made that part of the story up. But I did see a swan knocking around the south entrance on the morning of the murder. A swan? That must be a sign. Do shut up, witness. Your word is mud at this point. How can we possibly trust anything you have to say? Your Honor, Judge Romulus, we're out of time. We're 10 minutes overdue to start on the Hare vs. Taurus trial. It's that late already. Curses. I thought we would get the case wrapped up in a single trial session. It is a shame. Ultimately, an accurate sentencing is always preferable to a speedy sentencing. That's alright, I don't need to hear your moralizing. Court will resume this Friday, the 21st of January at 9 o'clock. Don't be late. Prosecutor, do your damn job. Get this stupid fox a conviction already. Yeah, you really don't like me, do you, Romulus? I'll do my best to ensure justice is served, Your Honor. Well, that's day one. Yeah, no doubt about that. Something's bothering me. Why would that fisherman guy, Mr. Kingsley, lie on the witness stand? Could he have been coerced? I mean, Rubinho was coerced in the last case. But possibly he was coerced or bribed. That's what I was thinking. Maybe the real murderer, friend, the fisherman, are making up a story about Prince Juan. Let's keep an open mind. Anything's possible at this stage. To be perfectly honest, something else is bothering me about the trial. Well, we already know something's up about the prince. We know he isn't an actual prince. Sign, I'd say the judge. Judge Romulus. He's acting with a shred of professionalism. He's obviously more interested in securing a guilty verdict than he is in discovering the truth. But why? Maybe he has a vendetta against Spanish royalty. I'm not so sure. There must be something else at work here. Excuse me, Monsieur Falcon. I'm not sure what this is. Oh. Oh, right. Wait. Sorry, I missed them. Probably should have had it next to me. Anyways, Remington. Sorry to bother you, but this letter just arrived. I think it's for you. Well, yeah, it says that's my name in capitals and not in capitals. But, a letter from me? Wonder why it wasn't sent to my office. Maybe the courier status, Rupert. Oh, hush, hush, Sparrowson. I don't need to be pitied by a first-year dropout. Ooh, good comeback. What does the letter say, Falcon? It's a fret. A fret made with cut-out newspaper letters. Well, now. Well, I didn't know those things actually existed. Let me see. Falcon, stop your investigation or there will be consequences. Scary. There is no question that this letter originated from Major Howell's murderer. He or she must be aware we are getting close to uncovering the truth. Sounds about right. Why would the person write with cut-out newspaper letters like this? Masking one's handwriting would be the common reason. Although I can't help but wonder why they were bothered since you don't have any handwriting samples to compare it to. We're still going to have an investigation, right? Of course we are. Oh yeah, absolutely. If a lawyer were deterred every time they received a threatening letter, they would never get any work done. Besides, only 3 days before the next trial, we can't afford to be worried about petty things like this. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Ah, you're right. Let's make those days count. Okay, we've got 3 days to get more info. Well, let's go to the places that won't take up our time first. So, RM. Oh, hello again. Hi, Mercy. Is there any sign of Monsieur Volpez? No, not yet. He's still vacationing. Come back next week. Next week. Oh, that's useless. The palace. Oh yeah, just scupping the place up. This house. Nope. Signs still scared away. Can't do anything there. I don't think we're gonna get much more out of the library. The two fools have returned. What can I help you, Messieurs? Then either the population of Timbuktu, perhaps. Only one rundown of every character in 12th Night. Actually, why did I come here? I've already learned everything I wanted to know. Let me take a book. That's a silly thing, Sparrowson. Okay. I think we should get the full story from Prince Juan first. So let's go to the conciergerie. You again. Visiting hours are over. Come back later. I have no time for your quibbling, monsieur. Stand aside. You can't talk to me like that. I most certainly can. We have reason to believe you are housing a suspect under false pretenses, as in direct violation of Statute 214B and 488C of the French Criminal Code of Justice. Failure to comply with our request is on you. Yes, you, monsieur, being held directly responsible for any consequential legal action. Alright. I need to break out the legalese on me. I'll go open the oh. Ah, Falcon. How do you memorize those criminal codes? Memorize? Can't, Sparrowson. Learn how to bluff. That music's still loud. Ah, Signor Falcon! It's so good to see you again. You have some good news about my case, I hope. Actually, I've come to find out who you are. Stay professional. Listen, one. In order to maximize our chances of a successful trial, I need to know every bit of information. I can't work with half-truths. If you tell me one thing and the prosecution's evidence tells me another, we're both in trouble. I'm afraid I don't quite follow, Signor. Do you want me to spell it out? I know that you are not the Prince of Spain. I know that your name is not Juan Corrido. Where is this coming from? I assure you, Signor, that I am who I claim to be. If you want your trial to be a farce, you won't need my help. Come, Sparrowson, we're leaving. Wait. Calm yourself, Monsieur Falcon. Monsieur Falcon. I'll reveal all. Did you just say Monsieur? What happened to your Spanish accent? Your suspicions are well placed. Juan Corrido is not my real name, and I am not a Spanish prince. That was just a persona I concocted for the purpose of getting arrested. What's your real name then? Oh, what is your real name? What's in the name? It's just an empty label, a vapid reflection of who we really are. Today I am Juan Corrido, the Prince of Spain. Tomorrow I may be Bruno Rea, a pauper living under a bridge of the Seine. But that doesn't change who I am or what I do. That didn't really answer my question. No, I suppose it didn't. But you're a smart bird, Monsieur Falcon. I suspect that you already know my real name. Do I? Oh, you're not Volpez, are you? You are Renard Volpez, private investigator. Very astute. And you are Monsieur Falcon, private defense attorney. But that wasn't all your name, was it, Monsieur Falcon? Just like me, you know how to adopt a new persona on a whim. Wait, so Falcon's name isn't Falcon. You changed your name, Falcon? I didn't know that. This isn't about me. Juan. Renard. Monsieur. We're trying to uncover the truth here. Of course. So what truth is it you're attempting to uncover, Monsieur Falcon? Why do I want to get arrested? Why do I want to get arrested? You're putting me in a difficult position, Monsieur. If I tell you the full story, I'll be putting someone else in danger. How about this? I'll tell you a story. Stories? There was a girl. A mademoiselle who was in a great deal of debt. Everyone's in debt these days, Monsieur. Indeed. This particular mademoiselle was indebted to a very powerful man, and that man wished to collect. The mademoiselle has no means of paying, so the man offered her a deal. Murder this man and I will forget what you are owed. Refuse and I will reap what I am owed from your parents. With no alternative options, the mademoiselle accepted. He's probably talking about Sign. I'm guessing Sign's the killer, and he's trying to cover for her? But another man, a gallant knight with foolish, archaic notions of chivalry, heard the mademoiselle's story. The knight knew the murder was inevitable, but he saw a way to take the fall in the mademoiselle's place. Do you understand what I'm saying, monsieur? Yeah, I do. I understand, monsieur. I want to suffer this allegory. Storytelling was never my strong suit. But I'm glad you're seeing things from my perspective. Hopefully that sheds some light on the situation. If I may ask, monsieur, why did you not just go to the police with the information that you had? The police are not always an option. What is a man to do when the justice system itself is the problem? I'll let you know when I figure it out, monsieur. Dwell on it. Perhaps we should talk about something else in the meantime. No, that's it, pretty much. Really? I'm sure we learned very much. Oh, Monsieur Falcon, before I forget, could you find a Mousy and ask him whether the birds have successfully flown south for the winter? Whether the birds have flown south? What's that, so-called code? Something like that. But rest assured, monsieur, that this does directly pertain to the case. If I have time, I'll be sure to let Mousy know. Let's forget about Sparrowson. Trial day is approaching. Okay, so we found out who Volpez is. R&M will take a day now. I guess I can go R&M and then I can make one last guess at guessing who the chocolate. Who got the chocolate? What the chocolate? Oh, hello again. Hi, Mousy. Mousy, I have a message for you. It's from Prince Juan himself. What's the birds have flown south for the winter? Whatever that means. Oh, yes, the birds have migrated successfully. But if Prince Juan told you that, then that must mean he trusts you. He must want you to take these. Go on, take them. These are used train ticket stubs. Looks like two people took a railway trip to Vienna. Why did I deploy this? Prince Juan said with the help of the trial. See the names. Gautier sign, Nicole sign. I recognize the surname, but I don't know who these people are. I'm guessing they're probably her parents. Neither do I really. Monsieur, Prince Juan just told me to put train tickets to the people, then to make sure they caught the train. Yeah. He was probably getting her parents away to protect them. And so that's what I did. Strange. No, actually, he stops us supposed to over the trouble. Keep holding them just in case. Let's go, Sparrowson. I'm done playing courier. Wait, there's only one place I can go? Well, guess I'm not gonna find out who bought the chocolate then. Could Toussaint have bought the chocolate? That's the only other logical person it could be. Anyway, only place I can go is the offices, so might as well. I'm pretty confident about this case. The big picture's coming together nicely. I was not relieved that Prince Juan came clean. His secret was putting the whole case in jeopardy. They still got one day until the trial, but how to spend it? I suppose we could visit the Louvre, or maybe just play some cards at the Canard Joyeux. Something wrong, Sparrowson. You're being unusually quiet. Falcon, we need to talk. What's that? See, I was doing some thinking. Dangerous thing to do, I know. Anyway, I realize we're missing a crucial piece of evidence. What evidence would that be? Well, we don't know Major Howe consumed a piece of chocolate before he died. And we know he died of poisoning. But we're still unsure the chocolate was the cause. That's true. If we keep pushing the chocolate theory, Cocorico will almost certainly bring that up. So further, when we're to consume the wrapper itself, the number provide proof of whether it contains traces of poison. If you eat that wrapper, then you are probably stupider than Valetti. Please don't tell me you're going to do that. Well, sure, that could work, but it would be incredibly foolish. But you forgive eating the wrapper, Sparrowson? Maybe. Stop those thoughts right now. I'm not going to let you potentially kill yourself like that. I knew you would say that. That's why I already consumed the wrapper 45 minutes ago. Wow. Sparrowson, I have no sympathy for whatever may happen. Sparrowson? Sparrowson? Yep, he's dead. He's definitely dead. And the doctor's a stork. Of course he is. Doctor, is Sparrowson okay? Foul rat. Well, he's not conscious right now, but he is stable. I think it's safe to say your friend is not on his deathbed. Yes, this is the accent I'm doing for him. Oh, thank God. How did you say this happened again? It's a long story. Lowering occupation hazard. No hazard. Does you know what poison causes? I have no idea. I'm an expert in mental health, not toxicology, but I have sent for a specialist who should be here by tomorrow morning. He will make a full assessment. That's good to hear. Thanks, Doctor. Take good care of him. Wait a moment. There is the matter of the bill. And I'm not talking about the one at the end of my head. We'll have to discuss it later. I have an important case to prepare for and I'm one partner down. I see. Well, rest assured that your friend is in good hands. Did he actually appear in the Facebook? Yeah, he did. Specializes in psychology. This is terrible. What the hell was Sparrowson thinking? I can't win a case like this. Don't know. You! I finally found you! Did someone say something? Running around like a headless chicken. You're one tricky lawyer to find. I told you to drop the investigation, but you just wouldn't listen. Who's speaking? I can't see you, monsieur. Step forward. Alright, I'll step forward. But it'll be the last thing you'll ever see. Ow. Au revoir, JJ Falcon. What just happened? Where am I? Am I dead? No, that can't be right. This is nighttime. I'm just sleeping. If I focus at count of 3, I should be able to wake up. 1, 2. Agree. My vision's all hazy, and I'm in a building. Dame Caroline! I can't believe how easy you were to fool. I put on a cutesy voice, acted all innocent, and you ate the whole thing up. I made no mistakes. I did my duty as a lawyer. Your duty put an innocent man on death row, Monsieur Falcon. I hope you're proud of that. It wasn't my fault. Yeah, he's seeing things. Where are you going? Out of my way, Severin. I'm not talking to Dame Caroline. It wasn't my fault. Is that the excuse you make after all your failures? I'm not making excuses. Failure after failure after failure. No desire to improve yourself. You're a joke of a lawyer, JJ. Don't call me JJ! That's all you have to say. How pathetic. You don't even deserve to stand in your grandfather's shadow. My grandfather? I'll prove you wrong. I could do better. Oh, it's you, Sparrowson. Oh, it's you, Sparrowson. You can't berate me too. What? No, I'm just here to tell you, wake up. Wake up, monsieur. Wake up. Hey, can you hear me? I said, wake up. Okay. I'm waking up. Oh, the Pont des Arts. It's the bridge that Toussaint saw the Louvre from. And yeah, speaking of him. Come on, monsieur, wake up! I said wake up, you're starting to worry me. Oh, thank goodness, I wasn't sure whether I had to find a doctor or a mortician. Ah, my head. Where am I? The Pont des Arts. You know, at Louvre, in Paris, France. I just fished you out of the Seine, and they broke my rod doing it. But I know you. You're that disrespectful Laura guy. Giro Falco or something. Time is it? And what day is it? Hit your head pretty hard, huh? It's the 21st of January, around 9 o'clock in the morning, I reckon. 21st. 9 o'clock. Another trial. I should have been at the court of cease 10 minutes ago. Well, you're running late. Take it easy, monsieur. I'm sure they'll be understanding. Maybe if I sprint it. In your condition, that would be stupid. Take a seat. Clear your head. I'll get some dry clothes. No time. Wait, monsieur. At least take this before you go. What's this? No, wait. It's a modern fountain pen. Bone handle. Gold nib. It's very fancy. Thanks, monsieur, but this isn't mine. Really? Are you sure? You're holding it pretty tight when I found you. I was holding this? Then it was has to be mine. Or maybe it was the guy who... Or maybe it was from the guy who attacked you. Thanks, fisherman. Are you one? Hey! Don't call me a fisherman! I'm definitely not a fisherman! Well, they're waiting for me. It's 9 o'clock. I believe it's time for the roll call. Is the defense not present? Such unprofessionalism. If there is no defense and this trial cannot proceed any further, we must take a ruling based on the evidence that has already been presented. I will now converse with the jury. We shall decide whether Prince Juan is guilty of murdering Major Howe and of conspiring to murder the king. I may have a word. Fine, but make it quick. I believe for a trial must be orderly and punctual. There is no room for wishy-washy dilly-dallying. It seems somewhat rash to end a trial session the moment it is due to start. Perhaps you prefer to wait 5 or 10 minutes in case the defense is just a little tardy. Then the trial still has a chance to proceed, and justice will be served. You are the prosecution, are you not? You have nothing to worry about. A guilty verdict is all but guaranteed. When you're a bit confused, I'm not here to secure a guilty verdict. Of course you are. You're a prosecutor. By definition, you're here to prosecute. No, my job description is to prosecute, but I'm here in this courtroom to ensure that justice is served. An unfair and unbalanced trial is not in the spirit of justice. That's very noble of you, but if the defense is absent, there is little that can be done. I'll know more about this matter. I will now talk with the jury. The defense is present, Your Honor. Well, you're too late, Falcon! Come on, you, JJ, you look like a total mess. Did you take a morning swim in a Seine or something? Something like that? Your Honor, we are all present. We are only 3 minutes over schedule. Let's not meaninglessly dirty the pure name of justice. Rules are rules, prosecutor. Falcon clearly has no respect for legal procedure. Frankly, for turning up while looking like a drowned rat, I ought to hold him in contempt of court. Your Honor. But, Your Honor, rules are rules. One more word out of your review and I shall you both disbarred. Yeah, this guy wants to just... Yeah, this guy just wants to pronounce him guilty right away. Yeah, this is definitely a conspiracy. This guy's definitely one of the two in that cinematic. He just wants to end this guy. It's a pity. The King of France was most looking forward to standing behind the witness podium. The King of France? He's here? Yes, he is. Louis Philippe. Oh, we're not doing the trial after all. That's a pity. Your Majesty, what a surprise! We are, well, you see, no, it's my 7th time testifying against a would-be assassin. But it's the first time seeing a trial where the case ended before it even began. The defense, he was late, and, pish-posh. France has become a great and dignified kingdom through rigorous punctuality. Let's go ahead with this trial. Be fun. Look, I'll say the oath to get started. I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Did I get right? That was perfect, Your Majesty. JJ, I trust you have no objections to the King testifying? No, no objections here. Going over the trial is fine with me. I'm sure you wouldn't stand in the way of the King, would you, Your Honor? Fine! Proceed with this cursed trial. Excellent. Now, Your Majesty, could you tell us your activities on the day of the murder? He will... Will he appear? No. Is he actually... No, he's actually not in here. In the Facebook yet. My activities? Well, I start my day routine toast, as I normally do. I was dressed in my PJs at the time. I think you can skip ahead a little. Perhaps your arrival at the Louvre. Ah, right, of course. Well, my entourage and I entered for the Louvre's south entrance around 9 o'clock. We passed through the Salle de Tibre with little fanfare. At the Grand Gallery, I unveiled a new painting and gave a short speech to inspire the citizens to attend it. That's when I was approached by a man claiming to be the Prince of Spain. He presented a rose which was taken by Major Howe, and well, I think you know the rest. Indeed, we do, Your Majesty. But as a pursuit of the court, what we have here is another testimony that establishes Prince Juan's guilt. And this is no ordinary testimony. It is a testimony of perhaps the most trustworthy man in all of France. Now, you flatter me, prosecutor. But I am the trustworthiest in all the kingdom, aren't I? I have no doubt, Your Majesty. Nonetheless, I'd like to perform a cross-examination. How dare you doubt your king! Yet nerve! Calm yourself, Judge. I have no qualms with standard legal procedure. Defense, please proceed. I want to see your best courtroom drama material. King's very fun-loving, isn't he? What could be relevant? Let's go down the list. And you say Andalou from the south entrance. Indeed. We approached from the Hotel de Ville, so it was an easy riverside stroll. Are you sure? I think he knows where he approached from. Did you see anyone or anything suspicious around the Louvre's entrance? Suspicious? I'm afraid not, monsieur. Just the regular riverside types. Bourgeoisie, vendors, people who fish, and the like. Salle de Tibre. So you passed through the Salle de Tibre uneventfully. Indeed, we stopped briefly to look at the paintings and moved on to the Grand Gallery. There are several rooms to the Louvre's south entrance of the Grand Gallery, but you only mentioned the Salle de Tibre by name. Why is that? Oh, the Salle de Tibre is the only room we looked around in detail. The other rooms simply passed right through. Why did you stop in that room, specifically? Well, see, there's this giant doorstop that caught my eye and sparked a debate. Say no more, Your Majesty. Yes, actually. Did he see the chocolate bar, perhaps? Could you elaborate? What did you see in the sun? What did I see? Well, Roman stuff, mostly. I meant aside from the Roman artifact. But did you talk to someone in the room who wasn't a member of your entourage? You're reaching, JJ. The king already testified he passed through around carrying anything of interest. Come on to elaborate. I really believe there's a key moment in the murder. I want to keep everything. I suppose you have to proceed, Your Majesty. Alright, let me think. So, there was that giant doorstop, and there was that copper urn thing. And there was something else now, you ask. I was offered a box of chocolates by some peasant mademoiselle. I don't have much of a sweet tooth, but Major Howe was keen to accept a chocolate or two on my behalf. Ah, so that's when the chocolate was given then. What? Did I say something startling, prosecutor? No. Please continue, Your Majesty. I think the prosecution is startled because he just came to the realization that I was not spouting drivel in the previous trial session. Well, that's debatable. To go along so short, Your Majesty, this mademoiselle may hold some relevance to the case at hand. Could you describe her? Really? She's relevant? Let me think. I didn't get a good look at her face, but she was a sorry-looking swan, probably in her late teens or early 20s. Sign, must be. A young, sorry-looking swan, you say? I don't suppose her name was... Dubique. Mademoiselle Sign? Sign? That sounds familiar. Well, yes, I think that was it. She was called Mademoiselle Sign. I see. It's undoubtedly significant. Mademoiselle Sign gave chocolates to Major Howe minutes before he died. Now, just 1 minute. I see what you're alluding to, JJ. You're suggesting the gifted chocolates killed the Major. But that line of reasoning holds no weight because the evidence is circumstantial. Circumstantial, my tail feathers. The king just testified that Major Howe ate chocolate. Yes, that much is no longer in dispute, but you have still not proved that the chocolates were poisoned. Well, if Sparrowson was here, he could tell you that himself. About that, we must assume the swan's merely offering a gift, rather than speculating she's a murderer. Yes! Yes! Shame on you, defense! Implicating a poor innocent girl like that. Absolutely disgusting! Why, I've got to end this trial. I do have evidence that the chocolate was in fact poisoned. I don't believe you, JJ. If any piece of evidence that's significant, you would have slammed it down already. Present it. I don't have the evidence to... Is that really the evidence folder type of evidence? Why am I not surprised? Drama was just getting good. Why did you all suddenly go quiet? Well, Your Majesty, it appears the defense just had a realization of his own. That is, they lacks the evidence to support his theory. Since he cannot continue his argument, I believe the cross-examination has come to an end. No. Who said I was ending it? Let me present my evidence. See, I had the chocolate wrapper back in my office and Sparrowson ate it. Stop, JJ, stop while you still have a little dignity. The results of whatever crackpot pseudo-scientific experiment you performed do not constitute valid evidence. I think this trial is over, Your Honor. About bloody time. You may take your leave, Your Majesty. Very well. I'm pleased that justice has been thoroughly served. Until the next assassination attempt, adieu, messieurs. He's a joker, isn't he? I will now deliberate with the jury. Objection! From someone. Oh, Sparrowson. Sorry, I've always wanted to do that. Sparrowson, are you okay? Yep. Doctor said I have an iron stomach. Most of the poison passed straight through me. Speaking of which, I would like to testify on that poison chocolate issue. I haven't got a doctor's note. See? It's too late. The trial is over. You can't be serious, Your Honor. You can't be serious, Your Honor. The contents of that note could turn this entire trial on its head. You must allow it. Why are you constantly arguing with me? I thought the job of a public prosecutor was to assist the judges. Yeah, he is very fair, Cocorico. He's like, yeah, no, we must see this evidence. We must wait for the defense. I mean, he's kind of an arse, but he's an arse like... He's an arse like most of the prosecutors in Phoenix Wright are. At the end of the day, he just wants the trial to go fairly. I told you, Your Honor, my job isn't to get a guilty verdict. It's to ensure that justice is served. I swear you are the worst prosecutor in all of France. Go ahead, Sparrowson. Read the content of the note for the court to hear. This patient Sparrowson, who was submitted to Salpêtrière Hospital, where he has displayed a variety of symptoms. These included profuse sweating, a rapid fever, and severe nausea. The patient was diagnosed with poisoning, probably originating from the plant known as aconite, aka monkshood, aka wolfsbane. And the hunting beagle in the tavern did mention wolfsbane. When we questioned the patient, he admitted to having consumed a discarded chocolate wrapper, potentially carrying the poison. Examining the contents of the patient's stomach confirmed this to be true. Wait, so the poison was on the wrapper and not the chocolate? Well, Haggleslack did say that the chocolate there's no chance the chocolate could have been poisoned, so the killer poisoned the wrapper? I'm confused. As a mental health professional, I believe this patient to be clinically... we can skip that bit. Yada yada. Okay, here we go. Signed, Dr. Fowler. Thank you, Sparrowson. I don't think I'll even need to question you. Between your note and the King's testimony, every angle of the chocolate wrapper business has been covered. Awesome! Wait, did you say the King is here? You can gaze autograph later. Right. So, what happens now? Do I get cross-examined by the prosecution or something? To be honest, I see little to cross-examine. Do your damn job, prosecutor! Cross-examine that little annoying liar of a bird! Tear his testimony to shreds! Good thing this getting right. I think he would have said I think Romulus wanted to use other words there to describe him. Your Honor, he has a note, signed by a medical professional, definitively proving that the chocolate wrapper from the crime scene was poisoned. We could nitpick the details or delve into the doctor's credentials, but I fear it would be a waste of the court's time. Nobody wants that. Gah! So then what the hell do we do now? We do nothing, Your Honor. This poison wrapper has introduced an element of doubt into the case. The prosecution must accept that. But is the level of doubt reasonable? Is it significant? I think the members of the jury will agree JJ's evidence is still tenuous. Tenuous? A step above circumstantial. You've proven a link. A not wholly illogical link. But you haven't proved beyond doubt that Major Hal was killed by the juggler. You're still making far too many assumptions. Where is the empiricism that is required by any good court of law? Where are the witnesses who can back up your claims? I have a witness right there. I brought a witness. Maybe she can help. Don't tell me you have Sign with you. Yes, Sign with him. Hello. You. Sparrowson, it's great to see you on your feet, and you've been an enormous asset to this case. But what are you trying to pull off now? Surprise witness! Surprise witness? Yeah, I remember you mentioned Cockabigga like calling surprise witnesses, so I thought it could be a his own game. I brought the Flower Girl, members of the signs so she can testify for Prince Juan's character. You're putting me in a difficult position, Sparrowson. Just a moment before you arrive, we, the court, established that Mademoiselle Sign is a possible suspect for this case. What? That can't be right! Sparrowson, it's okay. Monsieur Falcon, I would like to testify. You want to testify? Do you understand what you're agreeing to? I do. I've accepted my fate. Prosecutor, do you have any objections to me calling upon Mademoiselle Sign as a witness? No, none. Bearing in mind, of course, you're here to defend Prince Juan, not to convict Mademoiselle Sign. Prosecuting is my job. Of course. I have no objections either. Please proceed, witness. Speak the oath. He has no objections? Just a moment ago he was ranting and raving about, oh, prosecutor, do your damn job. Do your damn... And now he's suddenly like, oh, I have no objections. Maybe he wants me to prosecute her. The oath? Say that you swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. I swear, Your Honor. I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Good. Very good. Please say your name and occupation for the court record. My name is Catherine Marie Sign, and I am a flower seller. Mademoiselle Sign, tell the courtroom of your activity on the morning of the 7th of January. Very well.